Up until game one earlier today, the Phils were 0-14 when trailing after 8 innings. Well, they took care of that. Ty Kelly's base hit capped a 3-run top of the 9th inning, and the Phils walked away with a 4-3 victory over the Nationals. So now everybody's got their bobbleheads, compliments of Trey Turner. We get set for game 2 of this day-night doubleheader. Beautiful night, Sunday night baseball here in D.C., the Phils and the Nationals. Hi, everybody. I'm Tom McCarthy, along with Ben Davis. We'll hear from Greg Murphy in just a little bit. So the Phillies took care of game number 1, even though they had problems with Gio Gonzalez, the starter for the Nationals. Now in game 2, it's an even more difficult task as Max Scherzer takes the baseball for the Nats.
Very daunting task, and as an offensive player, I never like to give the opponent too much credit, but Max Scherzer is as nasty as it gets. You can have your Clayton Kershaws and all these other great pitchers in the baseball. If it comes down to Game 7 World Series, I want Mad Max. Max Scherzer, fastball, electric fastball, averages a little over 94 miles an hour. The wipeout slider, good change, curveball, even mixes in a few cutters. He's had the Phillies baffled in his career. 8-1 career with a 2.19 ERA.
And since he came over to the Nationals, he's unbeaten, including that start earlier this season at Citizens Bank Park. 7-0 with an ERA of 1.87. Only 1 home run allowed in 4 starts versus the Phils here at Nationals Park. Can the Phils solve him and have a little magic once again? We shall see. He'll be opposed tonight by Vince Velasquez, making his 7th start of the year. When we return to Nationals Park, we've got lineups and first pitch. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. By Toyota. Find your favorite model today. Toyota, let's go places. By Citizens Bank, official bank of the Phillies. Visit citizensbank.com. And by Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless. Learn more at ibx.com. To try to go for the sweep this afternoon and this evening against the Washington Nationals. Max Scherzer just now taking the field to get himself warmed up for tonight's ball game. And the fans have been rolling in because they get a Trey Turner bobblehead lying on the ground. That was the giveaway for Friday night when it was rained out. They moved it till tonight. Let's take a look at the Phillies lineup brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. So the changes for the Phils include Blanco at third base, Stassi at first base, and Knapp doing the catching. Saunders is back in right field hitting cleanup for the Phils. Aaron Altair had a big game, game 1, and now he'll face Max Scherzer. Scherzer 4-2 this year with an ERA of 2.59, 62 strikeouts in 48 2/3 innings. He's only faced the Phils one time this year, but he's won his last 7 games against them since putting on that Nationals uniform. And quite frankly, a lot of the outings have been very dominant against the Phils.
Well, he is good. He's got that kind of stuff. I think the best stuff in the league. You can have your Kershaw, like I said in the open, but I love Max Scherzer. Let's hit about 94. He's a 5-pitch pitcher. Can get you out with all 5 pitches. And career against Philly, 8-1 with a 2.19 ERA. Phillies have their work cut out ahead of them tonight, but doesn't mean you can't beat them.
Well, they took game 1 with some heroics in the 9th inning, and let's see if they can do something a little earlier here tonight. Well, time now for our Nissan keys to the game.
Get Scherzer down. He rides that high fastball up in the zone, and you just cannot get on top of it. So make sure you see that fastball down. And then Vince Velasquez, throw your heater till they hit it.
He deviated from it in his last outing, and Pete even talked about that yesterday. So here we go. Pete Buchanan's team looking to get out of Washington with a victory in game 2. And Cesar Hernandez will lead things off. Cesar was 1 for 4 with a walk in game number 1. And overall in this series, 2 for 7. Phillies have a couple lineup adjustments, partly because Franco has been so bad against Scherzer they decided to sit him. Cameron Rupp played game 1. He knew he wasn't playing game number 2. So the first pitch of this nightcap is in there for strikes or underway, and the count is 0-1. 78 degrees at game time. It's been breezy most of the day. Cesar hits it out toward left field where Heisey is. And he'll track it down. Heisey playing for Jason Worth, who's still bothered by a nagging groin. He was nicked up last week, and he aggravated again last night. So that's why he is not playing again this afternoon. Or this evening, I should say. Here's Odubel Herrera. Herrera had a base hit as a pinch hitter in game 1. I'm interested to see how Odubel comes out here in game number 2, because although Pete didn't say that he was benched in game 1, he said he was trying to get everybody into the doubleheader. He did have a talking to with Odubel before the start of today's game 1. And Odubel, and Jim Salisbury pointed this out on CSN Philly during the pregame show, on CSN in the pregame show. He was very vocal in the 9th inning on the bench on the top step, trying to get his team motivated to victory. Swing into this, 0-2. 94 on that heater from Scherzer.
Phillies will have a different approach against Scherzer. Gio, they saw a lot of pitches, 112 pitches through 6 2/3. It's going to be a little bit different because Max, once he gets ahead, he knows how to put you away. So try and get him early.
Outside, 1-2. The Lucky McDonald's Phillies home run jackpot contestant is Francis Munyon of Gibbstown. Phillies hit a home run in today's ball game. Francis will win $100. Now at McDonald's, an ice cold delicious soft drink is only $1. I'm loving it.
Good luck, Francis.
And Odubel gets out of the way of that pitch, and it's 2-2. I don't know how he got out of the way of that pitch. Herrera fights it off out toward left field, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. Heisey will pick it up, and Odubel's aboard with his 10th career hit against Max Scherzer. That'll bring Aaron Altair to the plate. He's part of our Toyota turning point from game number 1 with his home run in the 9th inning.
Got to a full count and just saw a few heaters, fouled him off until he got the one he liked and hit it into the Phillies bullpen. Very good at bat by Aaron, his 2nd hit of the day. And that was your Toyota turning point.
Yeah, Aaron's had a fantastic month of May. He was 2 for 3 with that home run in game 1. He's 2 for 6 in this series. Fastball, and it's 0-1. You can run on Lobaton, the catcher. And you can also run on Scherzer a little bit too, although the ball gets to home plate pretty quickly. Down the right field line, out of play, 0-2. Scherzer has incorporated that little hold to keep base runners in check. Sometimes you look at it and you think you don't need to do it because he throws the ball so hard that it gets to the plate quickly. But it's something that Mike Maddox implemented last year with some of his other starting pitchers, and Scherzer has sort of embraced it this season. Ball and 2 strikes.
Exhibit A right there. Held it, and finally delivered. So it's one thing to keep Odubel close, but it's another to throw off the timing of the hitter, especially hitters like Aaron Altherr with a big leg kick.
Check swing on a breaking ball, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Alan Porter's over at first base in game 2. Andy Fletcher had game 1 off, but he's the home plate umpire. Joe West is the crew chief, and Chris Segal is around at third base. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Altherr. Pitch is taken for a strike 3 call. The throw to second is not in time, and Odubel somehow hangs on to the base. So that is the 63rd strikeout of the year for Scherzer, which is tops in baseball.
Very good jump, good acceleration. Just wish he'd start that slide a bit sooner. But he does hang on to the bag.
Needed to make that slide because Murphy's leg was right in the path of the baseline. And now Saunders was 0 for 1 as a pinch hitter in game 1. Saunders is 2 for 11 with 3 walks against Max Scherzer. First base line, that's going to stay fair, and Ryan Zimmerman will take care of Saunders. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left in scoring position for the Phillies. On to the bottom of the first. Phillies nothing. Nationals coming up. Velasquez going to work. first inning. Let's take a look at his lineup. It's brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. Heisey will play left field for Jason Worth. We mentioned that a few moments ago. And Lobatone does the catching for Matt Wieters. Other than that, it's the normal lineup for the Washington Nationals. It includes Trey Turner. And they will face Vince Velasquez. Velasquez's 7th start, 2-3 with a 5.94 earned run average. Not bad his last outing. He just gave up on his fastball against these Nationals. Other than that, he was cruising.
Yes, he was. It's about 94. Change curve slider. Not real good numbers against these Nats, but last time out, I agree. That's the best he's thrown the ball all season.
7 innings, 7 hits, and 6 earned runs. He struck out 8. And there he goes. He starts him off with a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Turner has been struck out 3 times by Velasquez in their limited times against each other. 0-2.
Love it. 1 away, 1 in. 0-2.
And the 1 away was the 4-seamer. If the velocity is any indication, the 92 is usually a 2-seamer for him.
Yes.
Up high. It'll be Turner, Heisey, and Harper. Got him. 97 miles an hour on that fastball, 1 away here in the first.
Didn't hit his spot, but he'll take it. Got the 4th strikeout for Trey Turner against Vince Velasquez. See where Knapp's mitt is set up. Comes back over the plate. It's just 97 by you.
Well, with 1 away, Chris Heisey stands in. Heisey was a pinch hitter in game 1. He's 0 for 1. He was 0 for 1, 0 for 2 in the series. Heisey overall hitting 128 with a home run and 3 RBIs. He has changed his stance again, even from last time we saw the Nationals. This is a little closer to what he used to be. In 2-1. Last time we saw the Nationals, the bat was lower and it was out in front of his left shoulder, and then he would bring it back. A little more traditional look here.
Probably still won't have as many stances as Cal Ripken Jr.
Yeah. Cal could have as many stances as he wants. He was that successful.
Like that pitch right there, he could throw 100 of those pitches. He could throw 90 of those pitches tonight and walk out of here unscathed. That's how good that pitch was, and free and easy.
There he goes again. 97. He may have missed his spot, but again gets a strikeout. Back-to-back Ks for Velasquez. And they're 2 outs.
He can realize that he doesn't have to be perfect when he can throw 97.
Some nice movement at the end too.
Exactly. Don't need a ton, just need a little bit.
Bryce Harper hitting .372 with 12 home runs, 32 runs batted in. .94 on that fastball inside. Stays with somewhat of the same game plan. I mean, you do have to be careful with Harper, because as we saw last night and we've seen during the course of this season, he can hit a fastball, and it doesn't matter, you know, if it's 97, 98, or 100. He fouls it away, 1-1. Today's game is also available in Spanish. Just use the SAP button on your television or change the language through the menu. On your cable box, Bill and Angel are here in DC calling the game. First breaking ball of the night, 1-2. Nationals lead the East by 7 games over the Mets, 8 games over the Phillies. Mets lost to the Brewers earlier, 11-9. Their bullpen imploded. And there's the curveball, and that's just a bit outside, 2-2.
Froggy tonight, isn't he?
Did you ever have Paisley batting gloves, Ben?
No.
Would you have worn them if they gave them to you?
No. Wear gloves on a night like tonight.
Play off the left field line. A Paisley arm warmer.
No. I don't even think I have a Paisley tie. Although I hear they're in now.
They're coming back. They are.
Back.
Yep. And a line drive base hit into right field. Saunders will play it on a hop. Well, he went back with the breaking pitch after Harper had fouled off a couple of fastballs. So that's his 4th hit of the series. And he's at first base now for Ryan Zimmerman. Zimmerman 0 for 2 in the first game. Here's the pitch sequence on Bryce Harper.
Heater, heater, slider, curveball, heater, heater. Finally gets a slider he can manage, and it's a bullet to right.
I thought this was one of the key at bats in his last outing against the Nationals, facing Ryan Zimmerman. Instead of going fastball, for most of the at bat, he threw him a changeup, and Zimmerman just clobbered it out of the ballpark. Hitting .391 with 13 home runs. That's tied for the major league lead with Aaron Judge. And Eric Thames. One ball, no strikes. Been a bit low. 2 balls and no strikes. Ben is bouncing, or excuse me, Vince is bouncing to the organ.
He's very animated.
This lineup will do this to you. You get the first 2 guys with relative ease, and now you hit the meat of the order, and you run into a little bit of a speed bump.
That's why you really can't just look ahead when you face these guys, because each guy can do damage. You still get them out, but you have to make sure you concentrate on each pitch.
At ball 4, we'll put runners on first and second here in the first. Our CSN Pitchcast brought to you by your Tri-State GMC dealers. That's called a ball, but it's at the bottom of the zone. Pitch number 2 was called a ball, and that was the bottom of the zone as well. Andy Fletcher, the home plate umpire. The pitcher needs that kind of pitch.
He does.
Or somebody in the dugout might yell, "Bear down." Daniel Murphy was 0 for 3 in game 1. 1 ball and no strikes, backhanded by Knapp. And up to 22 pitches here in the first inning. Will move up. A wild pitch. It'll be second and third. And he's behind 2-0 to Murphy.
He's yanked a couple this inning. Just trying to overthrow it. Always found those pitches to be awfully difficult to try and catch, especially guys with good velocity.
Watch this come right back. Whoop. Time to make a pitch here against Murphy. Murphy with 30 runs batted in. It's tied for 6th in Major League Baseball. Fastball low. Ball 3. Now they're just going to walk him intentionally. And they'll load him up for Anthony Rendon. Bob McClure is going to head out to the mound. Is this one of those conversations with Andy Fletcher again, you think?
100%.
He is looking at Fletcher as he was looking at Fletcher as he walked out. We saw this in last night's ball game. Now Andy's going to go out. Bob was taking a little extra time. Anthony Rendon, 279 with 5 home runs, 23 runs batted in, batting with Harper at third, Zimmerman at second base, and Murphy at first. Fastball fouled back. It's 0-1. The breaking pitch, the slider in that particular sequence. So no balls, 2 strikes to Rendon. Rendon had a base hit in game 1. He's 1 for 8 lifetime against Velasquez. The 1 hit is a home run.
Be better than that. 0-2. So where Knapp was set up. The outside part of the plate looks so inviting when you're facing Rendon because he stands so far off the plate, but his plate coverage, especially up out over the plate, not down and away so much, but up out over the plate, he can get extension to that pitch, as we saw last week in Philadelphia. You really need to be on your toes here. Ball in the dirt. Ready for everything.
First two guys could not catch up to his fastball. Trey Turner and Chris Heisey. The last few guys have the ability to catch up to the fastball. And you see Rendon fouling a few of these pitches off. I mean, we're about to see the 30th pitch of the first inning for Velasquez. 14 balls, 15 strikes.
I don't care whether or not they can catch up to it. If it's located properly, that's all that really matters.
Softly to the left side. Andres Blanco will take care of it. So it took 30 pitches, but Vince is through the first. No runs, 1 hit, and 3 men left. We'll go to the second. Phillies nothing and the Nationals nothing. Than ever. Watch every out-of-market regular season game live on over 400 supported devices. Plus, get a free subscription to At Bat Premium, the #1 app for live baseball. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details. Andres Blanco will lead things off. Blanco 5 for 11 against Scherzer. And starting tonight over third base for Maikel Franco. Pete told us yesterday that Franco would sit against Scherzer. And partly because of the struggles that he has against him. He's 1 for 18 against Max Scherzer. And he said Blanco has hit him fairly well in 11 at bats. So
5 for 11, I'd say that's fairly well.
Overall 227 for Blanco. He did not play in game 1. Hasn't played in the series. It's 2-1. Phillies are now 5-6 against the Nationals this year. And into those games, the Phillies have outscored the Nationals 55-48. Now, part of that was, that big offensive output they had at Citizens Bank Park in the one game. But Dusty Baker's team has had a lot of success this year against everybody, and success against the Phillies, but not the same kind. Swing and a miss by Blanco. 2 strikeouts for Scherzer. And with 1 out, Brock Stassi's coming up. Stassi hitting .200 with 2 home runs and 5 RBIs. He had a base hit as a pinch hitter in game number 1. What do you got there, Greg Murphy?
Well, just to talk a little bit more about what you were just talking about, Phil's 5-6 against the Nationals this year. Get this, the Nationals have played 8 different teams so far this year. They played 7 National League teams and 1 American League team, that being the Baltimore Orioles. They have outscored all of those teams except for 2. The Baltimore Orioles, the Orioles have a +2 run differential against Washington, and the Phillies a +7 against Washington. So yeah, the wins and losses 5-6 in favor of Washington Nationals, but the Phillies have played this team very close and have been able to outscore them more than 7 runs throughout the series. So hopefully they can even it up at 6-6 as they finish up this 12th meeting right now.
Yeah, the biggest thing obviously is the win-loss record, and that's the good thing, is that the Phils are within reach before they say goodbye to the Nationals until September. Phils will go on summer vacation. Which is low it in to Stassi, 1-2.
Rock had a nice pinch hit double in the first game earlier today.
That one's off the end of the bat, floated over the head of Trey Turner into left center field for a base hit. So Stassi's aboard with a 1-out single.
Is that a thing of beauty, huh? I don't know how he did that.
He'll take it.
He's definitely not going to trade it in. This pitch is down and he just stays through it. That was the epitome of staying through a baseball. If he pulls off that whatsoever, he's either going to swing through it or roll it over to Daniel Murphy at second base.
Galvis 5 for 27 against Max Scherzer, but he was 0 for 3 with a walk in game 1. No balls and 2 strikes. In 1-2. Opposite way for Freddie Galvis. On the run is Heisey. And it's just a foul ball. Would have scored a run, I think.
If it didn't bounce into the stands, yes.
The happy feller. Foul ball off the front of the Phillies dugout, knocked Larry Bowa's iPad down. There it is. It survived. It's got a protective case on it. One ball and 2 strikes to Galvis. Off the end of the bat, over to third. Rendon fires to second base in time to get Stassi. It's a heady play. 2 outs.
Nice play. Squibber off the end of the bat here. He almost clanked it. Wound up going behind him. What a good throw on to Murphy.
Andrew Knapp scored a run in game 1. He came on to pinch run for Cameron Rupp. After Cameron tied it, Knapp scored what turned out to be the go-ahead run. The faster of the 2 catchers. Anybody ever say that to you? He's the faster of the 2 catchers.
I don't think so.
No?
No.
Who was your backup in San Diego?
Wiki Gonzalez.
You're faster than him.
I would say so.
Yeah. There's Cam.
Most of the time they just said he runs like a catcher.
Yeah. Inside 2-0.
But I always ran hard, Tom.
Yeah, you did.
Never did preambulate with maximum celerity.
I hear you. Was cut on and missed. It's 2-1 to Knapp. Knapp overall hitting .281 with 2 RBIs this year. He has 1 home run.
He's trying for number 2 right there. Get a healthy hack. Why not? 2-0, let her fly. Freddie's trying to time him up. Get a jump here. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go.
I think Scherzer realizes that too, which is partly why he stepped off. Fouled away. It's 2-2. Last year played 107 games in AAA, hit .266 with 8 home runs. This is his 13th game as the backup to Cameron Rupp. 2-2 pitch coming. There goes Galvis, then he stops. It's 3-2. Now he'll be off with 2 men down.
With the lefty up, Zimmerman will play behind Freddie. I'm surprised he's actually that far behind him. Give Freddie all that much more room to work with.
Ooh, strike 3 balls. We thought that pitch was up. Andy Fletcher did not. 3 strikeouts for Scherzer. No runs, 1 One hit, one man left. Let's take a look at PitchCast as we go to break. It was up in the zone right at the top. Andy Fletcher's got to do a little recalibrating when we come back for the bottom of the second. To watch all the games, but don't worry, you can also always stay connected with your team. Download the NBC Sports app and you can live stream every CSN Phillies game. Phillies will be off tomorrow. Then you can live stream Tuesday's game in Texas when Yu Darvish makes the start against Jared Eichhoff. We go to the bottom of the second inning, and now Vince Velasquez, who threw 30 pitches in inning number 1, will start against the bottom third. It's Michael Taylor, who had a good first game, Jose Lobaton, and Max Scherzer. First pitch to Taylor is a little low. 1 ball and no strikes. Taylor playing center field for the injured Adam Eaton. Eaton is going to continue to rehab here in the D.C. area because he wants to stay with the team. Whether he's able to come back before the end of the year, that's going to be pushing it, to be honest with you. But he feels like if he stays with the team and if they get to the postseason, he can at least be attached, kind of like Schwarber was last year with the Cubs.
Well, that was ugly when he hit that first base bag. Eaton.
1 ball and 1 strike. Fastball 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 3 for Velasquez. And Lobaton will now be the hitter.
You could use a quick inning here, pitch count wise. Another fastball right on by Taylor.
Lobaton has not played in the 2 games prior, hitting .094. Where that time, Ben?
That one's actually kind of cool.
Over the screen, out of play, 1-2.
Very festive.
Very festive. carried it over to his spikes as well. One ball and 2 strikes.
Years ago, it was just really one guy that was designated on the team to either wear the pink or the blue or swing a pink bat. Now it's everybody.
Back again. It remains 1-2. Pink for Mother's Day to promote breast cancer awareness, and the blue for Father's Day to promote prostate cancer awareness. One-two pitch to Lobatone. Fastball cut out and missed. Back-to-back strikeouts, 4 overall. And 2 away here in the second. He's sandwiching the middle of this lineup with some dominant fastballs. Well, Wednesday, May 24th, when the Phillies take on the Colorado Rockies, a free Phillies cap will be given out to all fans. It's Teva Respiratory Night at Citizens Bank Park. Get your tickets now by going to Phillies.com. And now Max Scherzer hitting .214. Big leg kick. Speaking of the Rockies, they have 23 wins. They are one of 5 teams that have a winning percentage of over .600. 0-2 to Scherzer. Shocking. 1-2 pitch to Scherzer. Breaking ball fouled at the plate. Now, if you were catching, would you just call the fastball there instead of a curveball? I mean, Scherzer fouled the one fastball off, but was really late on the first one.
He just blew away 2 position players.
Yeah.
And 2 position players at the top of the lineup. Not taking anything away from Max Scherzer as a hitter, but I'm going to take my chances with my 97, 98.
See if he does it here. 1-2 pitch. Fastball hit in the air, right center field. Scherzer got a pretty good swing at it. And Saunders tries to track it down, and he does. He caught it right at the edge of his glove as he went into the scoreboard, and the side is retired in order. Nothing across for the Nationals. A great jump by Michael Saunders as he was able to track it down right on the edge of the warning track and end the bottom of the second inning. We'll head to the third, still scoreless. Time now for the Jeep Stuff the Fans trivia question. Log on to Phillies.com. Go to the fans section for all the information. Please submit your answer. On the subject line, the question is, who had the lowest ERA among national starting pitchers last season? Ben, who had the lowest ERA among national starting pitchers last season? The answer will be revealed in just a little bit. Well, top of the third inning, the Phillies and the Nationals scoreless. It'll be Velasquez, Cesar Hernandez, and Odubel Herrera against Max Scherzer, who has 3 strikeouts through the first couple. Vince Velasquez has 4 strikeouts through the first couple of innings.
Does that question include relievers?
Lowest ERA among Nationals starting pitchers.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear you.
Starting pitchers. So no, it does not include relievers. Although, you know, could have been a reliever that became a starter.
Did I resemble one of your kids right there? You don't listen.
Here's Velasquez to start things off, and he takes outside 1-0. Vince hitting .250 on the year. He has 3 hits. Scherzer's last outing against Baltimore, he went 8 innings, allowed 4 hits and 2 runs. He struck out 11, but he received a no decision in the ball game. He has won 8 games against the Phillies. His high water mark are the White Sox, who he's won 13 against. The Royals he's won 11. The Twins he's won 9. Off the end of the bat, caught by Murphy at second base. Soft line drive, 1 away here in the third. And Cesar's coming up. Scherzer came into this ball game 5th in the National League in ERA at 2.59. Mike Leake is the leader at 1.94 from the Cardinals. Kershaw is 2nd, and Gio Gonzalez is 3rd. 1 ball, 1 strike to Cesar. I mentioned his strikeout total. Now he has 65. Jacob deGrom now has 67, so he has the slight edge on Scherzer, because those numbers have already been tabulated from today's game. And then Jeff Samardzija has 63 strikeouts. See, Scherzer 5th among active major league pitchers in ERA since 2015. Since 2008, Scherzer has 1,943 strikeouts, which is just below Clayton Kershaw, who leads the way at 1,975. Ground ball foul, and it remains 2-2. To the right side, and Murphy again has it. 2 outs for Odubel Herrera. Odubel singled his last time up, and that is 1 of 2 hits for the Phils. Fastball 0-1. You know, we've been watching Max Scherzer since he pitched for the Diamondbacks, and his mechanics are exactly the same. And I know the Diamondbacks were a little concerned that his mechanics would lead to an arm injury. But they are exactly the same.
And it's very violent. Throws every pitch with the same amount of conviction. See how violent this is, though.
Ball at 1 strike. And a breaking ball a bit high, 2-1.
It's violent with the upper body, but it's strong with the lower body. We talked about the other night how pitchers use their legs. That's what I like about Nick Pivetta, and the fact that he does use his lower half. He gets that drive off the back foot. That saves your arm, saves that wear and tear when you drive off the backside.
Balls and 2 strikes. And Odubel stays alive. And a hot shot out to shortstop on one hop. Trey Turner's got it. And he just gets Odubel, who was sprinting up the first base line. 6-3 of the putout, nothing across for the Phils. A 1-2-3 top of the 3rd inning. By your local Chevrolet dealers. Well, it's turned out to be a gorgeous night here in Washington, D.C. We hope everybody's enjoyed their Mother's Day. It was a great day for everybody back home. Some of the moms getting a chance to experience a twin bill today. Earlier game, Phillies won in the 9th inning. And now this one, you get the Trey Turner bobblehead. You also get a chance to see Velasquez against Scherzer. First pitch is inside, 1 ball and no strikes.
I'd like to wish my mom Cheryl a very happy Mother's Day, my wife Megan.
You should wish them a happy Mother's Day.
Lord knows they deserve it.
I'm into that. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That's sharply to second. Cesar Hernandez. And into shallow center field. That'll be the 3rd error of the year for Cesar.
Ball was cooked out to second base. It's hard to say to attack a baseball that's hit this hard But I think if Cesar does play it up a bit more, he will eliminate that long hop, that in-between bounce. Better to go up, and easier said than done. Obviously, with a ball that's hit that hard, you're thinking, how can I attack this ball? How can I charge it? You want to get on that short hop.
He's taking a long look down at Bob Henley in the third base coach's box. That error for the Phils is just the 16th of the year. Fastball 0-1 to Heisen. Phillies are the 4th best defense in Major League Baseball. Nationals have a good one as well. Fly ball to left field, playable for Altair. He come running in. And one away. Bryce Harper's coming up. Hey, Sunday, June 4th, when the Phillies take on the Giants, all fans 14 and under will receive the Maikel Franco batting gloves, courtesy of Tasty Cake. Go to Phillies.com to order your tickets today. Bryce Harper singled his first time up. Now 3 for 5 on the day. Away from Knapp, and Turner goes to second base. Second wild pitch.
It will go down as a wild pitch, but I think it's just like a ball that Andrew should keep in front of him. He knows it. See him pound his mitt.
Yeah, look at the replay. He just turned his glove a little too late, and it went through the 5-hole. One to Harper. Well, that was a better job right there.
And that's why you get caught up in the lights, and you just, I'll just go ahead and pick this one. Well, there's no time to do that. I've done it. I've gotten to the point where you feel like you let your pitcher down. You get a little lazy and you just forget to go out and block it. Anything you call all speed, slider, curveball, splitter, changeup, anything like that, you expect to be in the dirt with a man on base. You just have to be ready to go and block it, like he did on that last pitch. It was beautiful.
Fastball outside, 2-1 to Harper.
What do? Do you challenge him here?
It's third inning.
That's what I'm saying. You have to.
Just got to try to make a competitive pitch.
You trust your stuff. Trust you're going to get it to a location. Make a good pitch.
That's a surprising pitch right there. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Harper.
For Harper it is, but not for Vince.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah. Vince trusts his stuff. Believes in himself. Challenge anybody.
To the right side, Cesar can't get it. It's going to go to the outfield. Riding third, heading for him is Turner. The throw to the plate is cut off by Stassi. They've got Harper between second and first, and he'll be tagged out. But it's 1-0 Nationals. RBI is the 33rd of the season for Harper, and it'll turn out to be an unearned run.
Ability to stay back on pitches, though, just out of reach of Cesar. He can stay back on off-speed pitches. They're expecting 96. Best thing that happened there was Michael Hunters hitting the cutoff man. If he airmails Brock Stassi at first base, you don't. Bryce Harper's standing on second base. It's little fundamentals.
Zimmerman takes inside. Yeah, because he was going hard the whole time.
Yeah.
That assist is the 4th of the year for Saunders. We mentioned Harper's RBI is the second one of the day, 33rd on the season. 2 balls and no strikes.
Get your heart racing.
Off to the right now to play. Left field. Altair going back. He has room on the edge of the track. Makes the catch. So an unearned run scores after the error charged to Cesar Hernandez. A run on 1 hit. On to the 4th, 1-0 Nationals on top. A variety of different colors and ideal for most hard-to-stick surfaces. So if it needs to get done, put it on a Post-it note. Personally delivered to your desktop for free by who? Who but W.B. Mason.
One of the best inventions of all time.
What's that, W.B. Mason or the sticky note?
The sticky note.
Yeah.
W.B. Mason, of course. But the sticky notes are great invention.
I like the whiteout.
Partial air conditioning.
You want us to just start a list of your top 5 great inventions? No balls and 1 strike to Altair. Altair struck out looking his first time up. Altair saying that hit him. And Andy Fletcher's off with the mask. They can take a peek at it as Pete comes out. It did sound like it hit something before it went into the glove.
Looked like it did change direction.
Like it hit his thigh.
A changeup.
All right, so Pete is going to ask them to review it. Andy Fletcher coming over toward the third base side. They weren't sure where the replay was. Come on, Joe. Come on down. Walk for Cowboys. All right, so if they look at this from the front shot that we had, and here is the signal. They're going to have it right there. Joe West is pointing Aaron Altair to go to first. Take a look at the slow-mo. And it does just graze his thigh. So hit by pitch puts a runner at first, and now Saunders coming up. Saunders grounded out his first time up. Saunders grounded out to first base.
Ground ball through the hole, first and third, nobody out. You get something going here.
In reality, Scherzer's just been way too comfortable against the Phillies during his time with the Nationals. As Altair gets back ahead of the tag. But teams have gotten to him this year. You know, the Mets scored 5 runs against him back on the 28th of April. He allowed 2 home runs in that game. In fact, after not allowing a home run the first 3 starts of the season, he's allowed 7 in the last 4 starts.
He will give you something to hit. Andrew Knapp's first at bat, 2-0 count, fastball, missed it. 2-1 count, fastball, missed it. He ended up striking out on a changeup. You just have to take advantage of when you get in those counts, because he will give you something to hit.
Line drive off Scherzer, and it trickles over to the first base side, and Scherzer is down on the grounds, and he pops himself back up. That has got to hurt. Saunders does get a base hit that puts runners on first and second. That's not a good sign that he just tumbles to the ground like that in pain.
And it's not going away.
No. Well, that ball was hit right on the nose by Michael Saunders.
And that's bullpen. Everybody's starting to move around down there.
It looks like they're feeling on the left knee.
Oh, Max, I'm thinking, why are you rubbing my kneecap? It's got drilled.
I'll take a peek at it. Right there, he's walking okay, and then
I think this is when the pain really starts to set in.
So he's up on his feet, and it looks like he's walking without much of a limp.
Fans showing their appreciation. That was a rocket.
Well, Dusty Baker is discussing it with the athletic trainer for the Nationals to see whether they will allow him to make some throws. And this is where he goes back down. I mean, as if somebody just took him down.
Yeah. Dusty's like, be honest with me. He said, look, Dusty just gave him like, we're not playing any games here. It's May 14th.
He can throw some pitches to see how he feels. I'm amazed he even got back up after going down the second time.
This is his landing foot, so there's going to be pressure on it every pitch. Unfortunately for Max, this is the best it's going to feel. It's right now, because it's only going to tighten up in between innings.
I think he's going to wind up staying in the game. There's the thumbs up. Everybody has a different pain threshold, and it looked like his pain was at a 9 or even a 10 when that ball hit him. But he's on with runners at first and second, and Andres Blanco, the hitter. Blanco struck out his first time up. I think he's going to be sacrificing here.
I'd like to see it, and I know this is pouring salt in a wound, but
make a move.
Make a move.
Fly ball out toward right field. Altair is tagging from second. Harper has it. He'll let it fly. As it trickles over to third, it's first and third with one man down.
Well, that made him move. He had to back up third base.
All right, so Blanco gets one runner over. Scherzer's just taking a stroll around the mounds. Looks like he's moving okay. Stassi had a single to left center field his first time up. But he fouls it, and it's 0-1.
Hindsight's always 20/20, but I would have liked to have seen Aaron Altair on the ball that Saunders hit try to advance to third base. And Zimmerman ended up getting the baseball right near the cutout towards the outfield, and we know Zimmerman's inability to throw.
Oh, 2 to Stassi. Opposite way, base hit for Brock Stassi's going to bring in the tying run. Second hit of the night for Stassi. It's a 1-1 game. A pretty good job there with the vacant hole on the left side.
And with no 2 count. Scherzer making the mistake. Brock capitalizing on it.
6th RBI of the year for Brock Stassi as his batting average continues to climb.
About over. Not trying to do too much, and give Aaron Altair credit for tagging up on the ball that Andres Blanco hit to right field.
Let's see if Freddie Galvis can do the same thing with that vacant hole on that side. Galvis fouls it back, and it's 0-1. Pulled foul down the right field side. But it remains 0-2 to Freddie Galvis. Galvis reached on a fielder's choice his first time up. It was a ground ball over to third base. He's now hitless in 7 ABs in this series against the Nats. To Freddie Galvis. Breaking ball, and just got a piece of it. Maddox goes out. Mike Maddox goes back out to talk to Scherzer.
Odd time to go out.
I don't know if they, I mean, he has the count 1-2. I don't know if there's anything that was peculiar in his delivery or the velocity.
So going over signs. I think Saunders has the signs.
No. They looked over toward Juan Samuel in the third base coach's box, but there was nothing there in the third base coach's territory.
Seriously, 1-2. It's just an odd time to go out.
For a long conversation, too.
Yeah.
I think Scherzer was kind of surprised when he saw him come out. Ball and 2 strikes to Freddie Galvis with runners on first and second. Play outside, 2-2.
But if it was a signs thing, they would have let Turner and Murphy know.
I guess that one pitch has stirred another conversation.
Just get a microphone. It'd be a lot easier. Little earpieces.
Say that it was a swing and a miss. Lobatone dropped it. Sounded like he may have tipped it. Or maybe it was the ground.
I think it was the ground that you heard before it went into his mitt.
And off his fingers. So that'll leave it for Andrew Knapp with runners on first and second.
With that tight slider.
Oh, yeah, he was nowhere near it.
Blocked that with his thigh. That is not textbook.
Strikeout number 4 for Scherzer, and here is Knapp. Knapp went down looking his first time up on a changeup that was up in the zone. Breaking ball on the inside corner, 0-1.
They have 2 really good rips at a couple heaters his first at bat.
Dirt, and it's now 2-1. One now. And Knapp fires it foul. Remains 3, and now it moves to 3-2. The runners will be off on this pitch. The Phils have tied it up here in the 4th inning. And Scherzer is being made to work here in this 4th. He's up to 73 pitches. So now the starter is going to be deep into this game, at least the way it looks right now. Balls, 2 strikes, and the runners go. And a foul ball. He took a pretty good swing at that. So Saunders goes back to second base. Stassi back to first. Velasquez waiting on deck. An odd spin.
Looked at both runners.
It was nothing the guy at first base could do if the guy at second wasn't going to go anywhere. Three-two pitch grounded to the right side. That'll get it to right field, a base hit. Heading home is Saunders. He'll score. RBI single for Knapp. So the two rookies for the Phils help them to a 2-1 lead here in the fourth inning.
Tried to sneak a heater in there. Andrew Knapp quick to the baseball. They ran it full. Went 3 straight heaters. After striking Andrew out his first at bat on a 3-2 changeup. This pitch catching a lot of plate. Just splits the defenders. Stassi able to get to third base as well.
So Velasquez now up. He lined out softly to second base his first time up. 5 hits now for the Phils. Popped him up off the first base bag. Zimmerman in foul territory makes the catch. So they settle for the 2 runs on 3 base hits. They lead 2. Knapp has given them the lead after Stassi tied it. It's 2-1 Phillies as we go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Jefferson.com. By Jefferson Health. Call 800-JEFF now or visit jefferson.edu. And by your local Ford store. Check out every new Ford car, truck, and SUV crossover at buyfordnow.com today. Well, 2-1 Phillies lead it as we go to the bottom half of the fourth inning. Scherzer went into the dugout, and the athletic trainer and the coaching staff both asked him if he was okay. The athletic trainer asked him if he was okay. He said, "I'm fine." He said, "No, I'm fine." I think he's getting a little frustrated.
What part of these 2 words do you not understand? I'm fine.
Well, now Velasquez has a run to work with as we head to the bottom of the fourth. That'll be Daniel Murphy, Anthony Rendon, and Michael Taylor. Murphy was intentionally walked his first time, and a fastball in there, 0-1.
I ain't using it.
Oh, 2.
Poured that one in there.
Ground ball right side. Cesar is up with it. And one away here in the fourth. Every time the Phillies pitchers retired the opposition 1, 2, 3, which Velasquez did in the second inning. Comcast will make a contribution to Phillies charities. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. One away here in the fourth inning. Anthony Rendon grounded out to third. His first time to the plate. To Rendon.
Good luck hitting that one. The top of the mitt from up here.
Way, and it stays 0-2. Down the right field line. It remains 0-2. 99 on that heater. Earlier tonight, Velasquez had a fastball that hit 98.3, which was the fastest of his career. So I think he just topped it with that 99. 0-2 pitch to Rendon. In the dirt. And 1-2. Ground ball to Cesar again. And Cesar straightens up. 2 away. Michael Taylor will be the batter. It's a pretty fluid pitches that Vince is firing here, isn't it?
Another one at 99.
Taylor struck out his first time up. One of 4 strikeouts for Velasquez. Swing and a miss. He got him. 99 of the fastball. 5 strikeouts for Velasquez. It's his second 1-2-3 inning of the night. 2 groundouts and a strikeout. The Phils have a 2-1 lead as we go to the 5th. Cincinnati Reds. All fans 14 and under, compliments of the good folks at Nemours, can run the bases at Citizens Bank Park. Get your tickets now by going to Phillies.com. Top of the 5th inning, Cesar Hernandez will lead it off against Max Scherzer with the Phillies on top 2-1. Cesar is 0 for 2. He's flied out. He's also grounded out. And he fouls the first pitch down the left field line. Cesar has 17 hits against the Nationals, 17 for 48 so far this season. Oh, 0-2 to Cesar. And Cesar's down on strikes, back-to-back off-speed pitches. And 5 strikeouts, 1 away. Odubel Herrera, who's 1 for 2, will be the batter. Let's check in with Greg Murphy.
All right, thank you very much, Don. Well, it's time for our cold hard fact presented by Clean Crisp Coors Light. And, well, we know Max Scherzer is going to battle. And take a look at wins leaders since 2013. He is right there on top with 77. Clayton Kershaw following 71. You got Greinke and Bumgarner and Cologne on that list as well. Some pretty good guys on that list. But Max Scherzer well out in front with those 77 wins. And, you watch him pitch, you can see why for sure.
Well, he's been a good pickup for them. A lot of people criticize the money. It's a lot of money, and they're going to pay him for a long period of time. But he has done what they have wanted him to do, and that's just win games and be a frontline starter.
He's showing no signs of slowing down.
0-2. Mike Rizzo, the president and general manager of the Nationals, you know that he's going to have to pay Scherzer for a long time. It was a contract that will be 7 years for $210 million. He won't be a free agent until the 2022 season. But there's deferred money that takes it even deeper. And he ties up Odubel Herrera with a slider. And that's 6 strikeouts for Scherzer. Away here in the 5th inning.
But what Max said after he signed the contract was, it was nice to hear a modern day athlete say what he said. He goes, I'm very grateful to the Nationals for giving me this opportunity, but it's an insane amount of money. He goes, it's hard to fathom how much money that is.
Overall, 129 wins for Max Scherzer coming into tonight's game. Swing and a miss by Altair. 62 strikeouts this year, leads the National League. They spent a lot of money on Jason Worth when they signed him away from the Phillies. And although he hasn't put up Bryce Harper numbers during his time here, he's paid dividends. And Strasburg a lot of money too. 0-2 to Aaron Altair. And Altair goes down on strikes. I guess Scherzer feels okay. 9 pitches, 3 strikeouts here in the 5th. 7 strikeouts overall. It's on to the bottom of the 5th inning. Time now for our GMC Precision plays of the game. And for Vince Velasquez, his fastball is ramping up here tonight. I mean, he's firing it. He's hit 99 on our gun. In fact, the last pitch they rounded up, his last pitch that he threw in the last inning, Ben, 98.7 miles an hour.
Yeah, he's feeling froggy for sure. He's got good ride on that fastball, mixing a few breaking balls. That fastball has been devastating. They are your GMC Precision plays of the game.
98.7 miles per hour is the second fastest pitch by a Phillies pitcher this year. And now Jose Lobaton will lead it off. Lobaton takes upstairs, 1-0. Lobaton struck out swinging his first time. It'll be Lobaton, Scherzer, and Trey Turner. Two balls and 2 strikes to Lobaton.
97-mile-an-hour fastball, and he slipped.
He was kicking at the rubber. Line drive, base hit to right center field for Lobaton. That's going to roll all the way to the warning track. It's going to hit the wall. Lobaton's on his way to second. And he'll stop there with a leadoff double. First double of the year for Lobaton, only his second extra base hit. Kind of a shocking development.
And this ball is scorched. Just over Cesar, second base, and rolls all the way to the wall. Shows you how hard he hit it.
First double since September of last year for Lobaton. Now Scherzer is up. Scherzer this year has one sacrifice. He led the National League in sacrifice bunts last year with 13. Stassi is coming in at first base.
Do an inside move here just to see if he squares around. So he drove a ball to right field really well his last AB.
Loops that one out toward right field. Saunders will get to it. Tagging from second is Lobaton. The throw by Saunders is offline, and Lobaton gets the third.
I'm not saying that would have changed the pitch selection, but he goes with a curveball. If he is bunting, you don't want to throw him a curveball because he's already going down. It's easier to get that ball down. A hard riding 96, 97 mile-an-hour fastball is not easy to bunt. So if you do an inside move here to see if Scherzer does in fact square around, you're going to change it up. And he crosses up Andrew Knapp. You can see Andrew was in no position to catch that ball.
Well, now the Phillies will play the infield halfway up the middle with Trey Turner up. Turner reached on the error by Cesar's last time up. Struck out his first time. 2-1 game here at the bottom of the fifth inning. Fly ball to left field. That'll be deep enough to score Lobaton. Altair is under it. He makes the grab and he'll make the throw heading to the plate. And it is not in time. It was a lot closer than anticipated. So a sac fly and it's tied up at 2.
What a throw. Show it off, Aaron Altair. Probably thinking, well, I got one of those catchers running. I mean, this is a deep fly ball. But he gets under it and he gets behind the baseball. Good carry on it. Perfect throw to Andrew Knapp.
That was a really good throw. There's Heisey. He's 0 for 2.
I think that's a learning experience right there for Vince. Hey, you know, this guy just, Max Scherzer, I know he's a pitcher, but he hit the ball to the warning track his last time up. I'm not sure if he is just going to give himself up and square around. We'll do an inside move here, see what he's doing. And that could have changed the whole complexity of the game. He goes at him a different way instead of throwing him that first pitch curveball. It wasn't the best that he's thrown tonight.
So if you go after him and strike him out, then you can work from there against Turner and then eventually Heisey.
Exactly. And as it stands right now, there's still be a runner on second with 2 outs.
0-2 to Heisey. Heisey checks his swing. center field. That'll drop in front of Odubel Herrera. Kind of what we went through the last time we faced the Nationals. I don't think Heisey was going to get his fastball. And he gets a curveball, and he's able to just punch it into center field.
That's what Andres is telling him right now.
The end of the bat, threw him a changeup, and it's 1-2 to Harper. Harper 2 for 2 in this game with an RBI. He has 4 hits and 6 at bats, counting his ABs in game 1. Dusty Baker was a little delayed with getting his lineup together. He was trying to make sure that Harper's foot was okay and Murphy's thigh was okay.
Rendon's finger was okay.
Yeah, Rendon had 2 different occasions where he got nicked up in game 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Heisey leads off first. Back at 98 miles an hour.
Something how Bryce can clear his hips. I wouldn't say he pulls his shoulder out, but he clears his hips early at times, but he's still able to get a piece of that outside pitch. Seems like everything, he bails and wails, but he's still able to catch just a little bit of piece of that outside corner.
Now creeps to the outside part of the plate, and they throw over to Heisey to try to get Heisey at first. Changeup. That's the second one in this at bat. He's trying to command that same spot in the strike zone.
Amazing as a hitter, you can be out in front of a pitch at 91. Amazing.
So geared up for 97, 98.
Alive.
And a line drive down the right field line. That's a fair ball going to the corner. Heisey's already between second and third. It's bobbled by Saunders. So Heisey's going to score, and it's now 3-2 in favor of the Nationals. And Bryce Harper is 3 for 3 in this game. 2 RBIs.
He's hurt again by another off-speed pitch. who this pitch is. More middle than anything. Nice, he's scoring easily all the way from first base.
A double for Harper, his 10th of the year. Now 22 extra base hits. Here's Zimmerman. Zimmerman's 0 for 1. 2 for 7 in the series. Yeah, that one's pulled foul toward Bob Henley. Be a 5-inning outing for Velasquez with 92 pitches at this point. Have scored here in the 5th inning for the Nationals. The 3-1 coming to Ryan Zimmerman. Trying to check his swing. He went around. It's 3-2. Phillies half of the 6th inning. It'll be Saunders, Blanco, and Stassi. Try to come from behind again, just as they did in game 1.
Where the wheels start to spin if you're the manager. If this is indeed Vince's last inning, 96 pitches, you think about making a double switch. Who are you going to do it with? What position player would match up the best?
There's 25 pitches in this inning. He's given up 2 doubles, the leadoff double to Lobaton, and then the double by Bryce Harper.
Very physically exhausting inning for Vince.
Now time is called. Zimmerman saw Galvis creeping in from behind. Zimmerman stays alive, spoils 1 foul. Zimmerman draws the walk. 3 straight base runners now against Velasquez, and Daniel Murphy's coming up. Bob McClure is going to head out. The phone has not rung yet in the Phillies bullpen. John McLaren is hovering near it. This is Bob's second trip to the mound in this ball game. Couple pitches in this inning that he would love to have back, but he's got to try to get through this and keep it at a 1-run deficit. His evening is most likely done at the conclusion of this inning. He's about to throw his 100th pitch. Murphy hits it toward third, knocked down by Blanco, who then will just freeze Bryce Harper and then apply the tag. And that'll do it for the Nationals here in the 5th inning. However, they do get 2 runs in the inning. Harper's RBI double followed a sac fly by Trey Turner. Is holding on to the honor for a 2nd straight week. Aaron has been tearing the cover off the ball since the start of May. Through the first 11 days of the month, he was smacking the ball around at a clip of .433. That was carrying a slugging percentage over 1,000. Through his first 8 games of the month, Altair had 13 hits, equaling his total for the entire month of April. Then he put together 3 straight games with a 3-run home run in each. And it's brought to you by Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless. Top of the 6th inning, Velasquez in the dugout is most likely done because Luis Garcia is starting to warm up in the bullpen. 5 innings, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, 3 walks, and 5 strikeouts. Just a boatload of pitches in the 5th inning. Here's Garcia. Garcia warmed up a number of times in game 1. First pitch to Saunders is inside 1-0.
Max said, "You're not getting your arms extended on me again." He about took my kneecap off.
Two 2-0 now to Saunders. Now 3 balls and no strikes to Michael Saunders.
I said to you in between innings, Tom, let's hope that long delay made that knee stiffen up.
No one runs in there for strike 3 and 1. one's out toward right center field. Taylor on the run. It's going to be past him and off the Geico sign. And Saunders will get to second base sliding with a leadoff double. That'll be his 6th double of the year.
Playing pepper with right center field wall, Tom. That's all.
That ball was sizzled out there too.
Man. Say get up because I just wanted to get over Taylor's head. Doc got out of here. Back up slider. Head down on it. Oh, smoked.
So now Andres Blanco, who is 0 for 2, he has struck out and flied out to right field.
Scherzer tonight, 65% fastballs, 35% off speed. Came into tonight's ball game just over 51% fastball, so the fastballs are up percentage-wise. Only the 6th inning. This has been a good ball game. I think 2 power pitchers. Pace hasn't been all that great, but 2 power pitchers, good arms, some good approaches offensively, like that.
Yeah, line drive to left center field. That's going to get down. Heisey will play it on a hop. Saunders will score. Blanco with an RBI single. The Phils have tied it up at 3.
Now career 6 for 13 off Max Scherzer is Andres Blanco. And an excellent base running read by Michael Saunders. Fastball splits the plate. Does not try and pull it. I think a lot of base runners would make sure with nobody out that that ball is going to get down. Michael Saunders read it perfectly.
Stassi is 2 for 2 with an RBI his last time up. And up here for the 3rd time. Stassi's season average has risen 34 points with his 2 hits. Ground ball to first. Zimmerman has it, throws wide of the second base bag. And Stassi's able to beat the throw. Trey Turner had to come off the bag to make the play and then got his foot on the second base bag before Blanco arrived. So fielder's choice. 1 man down.
Surprised he didn't just step on first base and then try and throw it to Turner where he could apply the tag at second base. You want to make sure he did in fact get the lead runner.
Well, he really has trouble throwing, doesn't he?
Yep.
Awfully close at first base. Joe West is giving them an awful lot of time. We've only seen one time this year where the umpire has told the manager that he had run out of the 30-second window. And that was in Chicago. Marvin Hudson told Pete Buchanan he couldn't challenge anything because he had gone past the 30-second window. Freddie Galvis 0 for 2, a fielder's choice and a strikeout today. 1 ball, no strikes to Galvis. Fastball up and away. 2 balls, 1 strike as Galvis a little out front of that offering from Scherzer. Scherzer now 32 years old, out of Chesterfield, Missouri, and selected in the first round by the Diamondbacks of the University of Missouri.
And the hitters count. Max challenged him. Freddie with a big rip.
And Galvis loops it into center field for a base hit. Stassi will hold up at second. And the Phils now with runners on first and second and 1 man down. Time now for our Citizens Bank minor league report. Citizens Bank, the official bank of the Phils. Visit citizensbank.com. All right, so game 2 between Lehigh Valley and Buffalo. Jake Thompson went 5 innings, allowed 2 hits and no runs, as Lehigh Valley defeated Buffalo 1-0. Reading defeated Portland 2-1. Drew Anderson threw the ball very well today. And Lakewood lost to Columbia 5-3. Luke Williams, though, 2 doubles, an RBI, and a run scored. Lakewood played Tim Tebow's team today. Knapp spun himself around a little bit there. 0-1. There's Matt Grace, who was added to the roster as the 26th man for the Nationals for this day-night doubleheader. He warmed up in game 1 but never came in. Same pitch, 0-2.
Max having better success with that slider on the inside corner to lefties than he is with that fastball. He keeps yanking the fastball, keeps pulling it off the inside corner.
And they tried it again. This one was up a little bit more. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Andrew might need some new Velcro on those batting gloves. Keep coming off as the pitch is coming in.
Oh, he won't need him again on Tuesday. And a strike 3 call. He has not agreed with Henry Fletcher all night as a hitter. And Scherzer gets it for his 8th strikeout of the night. And Daniel Nava will now pinch hit. Let's take a look at pitch cast, see where that pitch was.
Overtone set up outside. He yanks it back inside.
Now Mike Maddox out with a little scouting report on Daniel Nava. 19 pitches in this inning for Scherzer after throwing 9 strikes in the 5th inning. Daniel Nava probably appreciates the fact that there was that long of a scouting report meeting on him. Scherzer with 104 pitches, 123 was his high water mark the last time he went this deep into a game, pitch count wise. Nava hitting .275 with a couple home runs. Ground ball back toward the middle and into shallow center field. Turner throws to third, and Stassi's coming home to throw to the plate. He is out of the home plate. Great reaction by Trey Turner to throw to third, but then Rendon's feed to the plate was outstanding. And Scherzer gets out of the 6th inning. The Phillies do tie it up. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th, all even at 3. Got out of that jam in the 6th, even though the Phils got 1 run. And our Hyundai defensive play of the game. It was a heck of a play by Trey Turner to go to second base side to stop this one.
Excellent play. The wherewithal just to knock it down, get it to Rendon. Stassi runs through the stop sign on the Lobaton at home plate. Excellent play all the way around, except for the Phillies. But he runs right through the stop sign, picks up Sammy a little too late. Got to the point of no return. Saw Murphy have a play like this in the first game of this doubleheader, but that is your Hyundai defensive play of the game, brought to you by your local Hyundai dealer.
Yeah, and there was a little hesitation as the inning came to a close. The Phillies were debating on whether they were going to replay whether Lobaton had blocked the path for Brock Stassi. In the old days, we'd say no way. It was a heck of a job. But in this day and age, his foot was in the path. But on a play on the infield, they usually do not look at that rule. Here's Anthony Rendon as he'll face Luis Garcia. We begin the bottom of the 6th inning. We had a 3-3 game. First pitch is inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Rendon is 0 for 2 as you look at Garcia's numbers. A couple of different moves from AAA to the major leagues.
Having a little bit of problem with the mound. It's hard to believe with the amount of time that they spent on that mound today after the first game. You and I were up here doing the lineups for the second game, and they were on it forever.
Fastball 2-1. Folks have asked who has the hardest fastball this year coming into tonight's game. It was Luis Garcia on a couple of different occasions, hovering right near 99. Down the right field line and off the half fence. 2-2. so he's aboard to begin the 6th inning. And that'll bring Michael Taylor to the plate. Taylor will be followed by Jose Lobaton. See how the Phillies approach this here with a runner at first base and Taylor up. Taylor had a good day in game 1. He was 2 for 4, but he struck out twice against Velasquez. Bob McClure again heading out to the mound to talk to Garcia. Phillies baseball is brought to you by WB Mason. Who but WB Mason for fast free delivery? Nobody does it better. And by Toyota. Find your favorite model today. Toyota. Let's go places. Ramos warming up in the bullpen. Phillies probably do not have Benoit for the 2nd game, or Joely Rodriguez. Goes from first. Pitch is swung on a miss. Throw to second base by Knapp. And Rendon is safe at second base. Second stolen base for Rendon. A very good jump against Garcia.
Just in time where Luis could not step off. Sure, players were yelling down there, step off, but you can see here, just had him timed perfectly.
Fastball swung on and missed. 3rd time tonight that Taylor's gone down on strikes. And 1 away. Well, it's time to run the bases on Saturday, May 27th, when the Phillies take on the Cincinnati Reds. 4:05 first pitch. After the game, all children 14 and under can run the bags. It's sponsored by Nemours. Go to Phillies.com to purchase your tickets. Lobaton doubled his last time up and then came around to score. That tied the game up at 2. Max Scherzer out in the on-deck circle. Defoe is waiting in the wings just in case they use him. So is Adam Lind. He has room and makes the catch. And Rendon goes back to second base.
Lobaton thought he hit it 20 rows deep.
I think you're right. Well, 2 outs now and a runner in scoring position.
The action here by Lobaton. Holds on to the bat all the way to first base.
In case he gets into a little bit of trouble.
You never know what could happen.
And Brian Goodwin will now pinch hit for the Nationals.
I don't know how Rendon is still on second base, because you could see 1 out, you're going to go halfway, but you could see that Odubel was camped underneath that in dead center field at the wall. You have to get back, tag up, and bust it to third.
Then you're in line to score on a wild pitch.
A wild pitch, anything.
Goodwin, a 125 hitter, very limited at bats here in the big leagues. At the knees, 0-1.
Goodwin, a decent runner. You can score an infield single even, where you wouldn't score from second base on an infield single.
Grace continues to warm up in the bullpen. Check swing by Goodwin. They appeal. No swing, says Chris Segal. Down the left field line, Altair on the run, and he can't get it. That's a fair ball. It's going to score the go-ahead run, and Goodwin will pull into second base with an RBI double. And it's now 4-3 Nationals. That just kept slicing away.
Yeah, if anyone's going to catch it, it's going to be Aaron. Just out of the grasp. Never gave up on it. Just off the tip of his glove.
Well, that's going to be it for Luis Garcia. Pete Buchanan heading out to the mound. Garcia will be lifted for a new pitcher. Ramos is scheduled to come in, with the Nationals now leading it 4-3 here in the bottom of the 6th inning with 2 men down. We'll be back right after this. That #1 pick. Live stream all the action Tuesday on CSNPhilly.com. and the CSN Philly Facebook page. Then don't miss a special Sportsnet Central at 10. On air, online, CSN has you covered. Well, Edelbry Ramos will take over 0-3 with an ERA of 4.70. He gave up the walk-off in last night's game to Bryce Harper. And now he'll face Trey Turner, who has an RBI tonight on a sacrifice fly. He also has a run scored. And he will stand in with 2 men down here in the bottom of the 6th inning. A 4-3 Nationals lead. To Brian Goodwin's pinch hit double down the left field line. Two fouled back, and it remains 2-2. 96 on that fastball from Ramos. Ramos is one of the Phillies pitchers in the bullpen that has to kind of get it together a little bit and get that ERA down. He had such a good year last year for the Phils. That lively fastball and that real good breaking ball.
Very dependable.
2-2 is lifted in the air to right field. Saunders is out there. And he waits and puts it away. And that'll do it for the Nationals. But they do retake the lead again. A pinch hit RBI double by Brian Goodwin. We'll move to the 7th, 4-3, Washington on top. Time now for your Delaware Valley Honda Dealers game summary. The Phillies trail at 4-3 as we move to the top of the 7th inning. Brock Stassi has a couple hits and an RBI. Vince Velasquez only went 5 tonight, struck out 5, allowed 3 runs. Max Scherzer went 6 and scattered 9 hits. Bryce Harper's had a big day. He has 2 RBIs and is 3 for 3 in tonight's ball game. So as we move to the 7th, Scherzer is done, and Matt Grace will be in his 3rd ball game. He's allowed 5 hits in 3 innings of work, and he will face the top of the Phillies order. Cesar is 0 for 3. He's flied out, grounded out, and he's struck out. And he bunts, and it hit him. And they're going to say he's out because it hit him out of the batter's box. And Pete's going to come out.
Check that. I don't think so.
Pete is coming out to talk to Andy Fletcher. I don't think that's reviewable. So they can talk about it just to check on it. This is kind of like the old school way.
We'll take a look.
Any part of his body is still in the box, which it is. At least it seems that way. It did hit him. Yeah, I don't know if he should be out because his 1 foot was in the batter's box.
I mean, it hits him right there in the kneecap. His stride foot, his left foot is still in the box.
Non-reviewable plays include in and out of the batter's box. Yeah, Joe can't go over to review this unless there's a question about the rule. Take a look at it one more time. Ball is bunted, and he is still in the batter's box.
Looks like they are going to take a look.
Well, unless they have a question. I mean, I'm glad they're seeking.
I am too.
Some answers. He's asking if he can review it, but according to the list of reviewable and non-reviewable plays, that is one that is non-reviewable. It is not reviewable. That's just a bad call.
It is.
2 unassisted is the way it goes down.
It's a shame. It really is.
That's just a bad call. And I'm surprised the other umpires, after Andy Fletcher talked to them, particularly Joe West. I mean, he's pretty deep, but Alan Porter at first base, he had to have a clear view of it.
They do, because Fletcher's going to be blocked out by Lobaton.
Absolutely. And you don't blame him for that. Well, now Odubel Herrera, who is 1 for 3. He singled his first time up, grounded out, and struck out. And he fouls that one off his foot. No balls and 1 strike.
In my opinion, that's a play right there. I know it's not reviewable, but in my mind it should be.
Yeah.
And it would have taken 10 seconds to look at it.
I would agree with that.
10 seconds.
The 1 pitch is lofted out towards shallow left. Heisey comes running in. He's under it. Makes the catch. 2 outs. And 2 away now for Aaron Altair. Altair is hitless in 2 official at bats. He has also been hit by a pitch and has scored a run.
A play like that seems like the exact reason to use replay.
I think there's a couple of them. If you are going to have replay, you know, foul tips is another one that I think you can utilize it, particularly with slow-mo the way it is. 1-1 to Altair. 2-1 to Aaron Altair. Turner warming up in the pen. He pitched in last night's ball game. Rendon is going to throw over to first base because there has been no signal. And he is out and the inning is over. Aaron Altair is saying it hit off his foot. Pete Buchanan's coming out to talk to Andy Fletcher again. But the Phils have been victimized by some bad looks by the home plate umpire. Well, that was awfully close. It's tough to tell from that angle whether it hit the foot as it sprayed up the third base line.
But Aaron's not going to stand there in the box like a statue if it didn't hit his foot.
Well, again, that's not reviewable, just like the play earlier in the inning. So we'll head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Time to stretch. 14th, Thursday, June 15th. Both games are at 7:05. Plan ahead for this popular series that always is at Citizens Bank Park. You can go to Phillies.com to purchase your tickets. Well, here's that last play on Aaron Altair. Kind of blew it up a little bit, so maybe you can take a look and see the ball fouled off the front or the side of his foot. It's awfully close. And his pants flew up as the ball went past it. Well, Ramos will go to work here in the bottom of the 7th inning against Heisey. And Heisey takes a strike 0-1. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. One and 2. One ball and 2 strikes to Heisey. And Heisey checks his swing. Heisey singled his last time up and scored a run. Swing and a miss. He got him. And 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Bryce Harper's coming up. Let's check in with Greg Murphy. Murph.
Thank you, Tom. Time for our unlimited baseball break presented by T-Mobile. And, well, it is the Phillies' next opponent that we're talking about. The Texas Rangers may have lost an important part of their lineup. Carlos Gomez out of today's game with what appeared to be a hamstring injury. He actually suffered it while scoring from second base on a ground ball to third base. When he came home, it was a close play at home. Tried to avoid the catcher and a bat that was laying in his way, and he pulled up, did not slide, and appeared to injure his hamstring. He is having an MRI tomorrow. And some sad news around baseball. 67-year-old former umpire Steve Palermo died today. He had been battling cancer, and he lost that battle today. Many people will remember Palermo as the umpire who was paralyzed when trying to break up a robbery attempt back in 1991. He was shot in the spinal cord and was paralyzed. Did fight his way back to be able to walk again. Had been an umpire for a long time in Major League Baseball, and so he's lost today. They had a moment of silence here at the ballpark here in Washington and all over baseball to remember Steve Palermo, guys.
Yeah, and anybody that remembers that back in 1991 when he was shot, there were so many rave reviews coming out from players, coaches, everywhere about how good an umpire Palermo was. In fact, some of the stories, as Altair in foul territory makes the grab, some of the stories that have come out since his passing have talked about him potentially being a Hall of Fame umpire. Very sad, though. It's a very young man to pass away.
Should be a Hall of Famer just for the courage he exhibited.
Here's Ryan Zimmerman. Zimmerman is 0 for 1 with a couple walks in this game. Outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Balls and 1 strike to Zimmerman. Over toward the hole. Blanco cuts it off. A pretty clean 7th inning for Ramos. 1-2-3 go the Nationals. 4 up, 4 down for the Phils right-hander. We'll go to the 8th inning. The Phils trailing the Nats by 1. Delval Honda dealer. Visit DelvalHondaDealers.com. And by McDonald's. Now at McDonald's, an ice cold delicious soft drink is only $1. I'm loving it. Now we head to the top of the 8th inning. Phillies trailing it by 1. They'll send Michael Saunders to the plate. He's got a couple hits tonight. 2 runs scored. It'll be Saunders, Blanco, and Stassi. Against left-hander Matt Grace. 1 ball and no strikes. Max Scherzer went 6 innings, allowed 9 hits and 3 runs. Grace pitched a scoreless 7th inning. And now he begins the 8th inning with the count 2-0. Three balls and no strikes. Andres Blanco waits on deck. He's got himself ready to go. And ball 4. So he walks him on 4 pitches. It's the tying run aboard for Blanco.
Obviously, Grace wanted to get Saunders out with fastballs in, but most of the time, relievers, lefty on lefty, they're going to go down and away. 8, 9 out of 10 times. If you're not accustomed to throwing in hard on lefties, then don't try it. Missed all 4 pitches right there to Michael Saunders. That might be the scouting report, but if you're not comfortable or you're unable to do the task, then go with your strengths.
He throws a breaking ball, a cut fastball to Andres Blanco. Inside, 1-1. Andres whacks it up the third base line. It's a fair ball. Lobatone has it and throws low. Dug out by Zimmerman. And they'll move Saunders up to second base with one man down.
Nice play.
Lobatone had to avoid everything. The helmet, the bat. Tommy Joseph will now pinch hit for Stassi.
There was stuff flying everywhere, but he gets out there. Pivots, makes a good throw. It's a better play by Zimmerman. Making sure he got at least 1 foot on the bag.
Well, Tommy Joseph has been introduced as a pinch hitter, and now it looks like Dusty Baker is going to go to the bullpen and bring in Jacob Turner. So Matt Grace's night is done. He's responsible for the runner at second base. We'll be back right after this. All right, Ben, here's the question again. Who had the lowest ERA among Nationals starting pitchers last season?
You gave it away.
I did?
The other night.
How?
Well, I remember you saying it.
I don't even remember I said it.
I mean, common sense would lead you to believe it's Scherzer or Strasburg. Maybe even Gio Gonzalez.
Are you going to go with one of those three?
I'm not.
Oh.
Tanner.
I'm going to go with Tanner Roark.
Thank you, Murph. Appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Tanner Roark's ERA was 2.83 a season ago.
It's people helping people, Murph.
Is that Murph helped you on that one?
Well, he said
Always trying to help. There.
he did not, but he was threw the answer out there.
I actually think I said that the other night in a report on Roark, which is probably what you remember.
That was one of you fine gentlemen.
Well, here's Tommy Joseph to face Jacob Turner. Turner a 2.87 ERA. This is his 7th game. And he throws one inside to Tommy, 1-0. Tommy pinch hitting for Stassi, hitting .255. 5 home runs, 16 runs batted in. Got Saunders at second base. Tommy homered to game 1 of this series, or game 1 of this day-night doubleheader, and he fouls it back 1-1.
What a swing. I keep talking about balance, but when you finish a swing like that and you're not going anywhere, that means all your weight needed to be exactly where it needed to be at the point of contact.
Fouls it back over the screen, and it's 1-2. Pat Neshek warming up in the bullpen for the Phils. Inside, 2-2. Turner's been a well-traveled man. He's been with the Marlins, the Cubs, the Tigers, the White Sox, and eventually signed as a minor league free agent this past December for the Washington Nationals. 3 balls and 2 strikes. That ball is off the hands, foul at the third baseline. How did he not break that bat?
I thought I saw a piece splinter off of it, but he's lucky he's got that thumb protector on his right hand there. That's how you get those deep bone bruises between your thumb and your pointer. See the mark on that bat. It's below the label. Something.
Outside, ball 4. Tommy Joseph draws a walk. And it puts runners on first and second. And that'll bring Freddie Galvis to the plate.
Taking a look with another runner in scoring position again. Juan Samuel way down the line. Murphy had a chance to catch up with Sammy.
You know, before the game, I asked him about it. We were talking about it in this afternoon's game. He was so far down the line. I'd never seen him that far down. So I said, what were you standing there for? He said, look, when there's a guy on second base and Tommy Joseph is at the plate, he said, I have to stand all the way over there because he said he's one guy that will turn on one and take me out. He said, so I try to get into a spot where I think he can't yank it and hit him in that spot. So that's why he's so far down the third base line. He's staying there now, but look how far he is from that box.
Well, he's that way, Bob Henley. It must be something about the ballpark. Last time we were here, Sammy said a lot of it had to do with the angles, where he can see the outfielders along with the base runners. No balls and 1 strike to Galvis. Outside, 1-1. Galvis had a single in his last at bat. He said here he'll try to bring home the tying run in the top of the 8th inning. 2 balls and 1 strike.
See some third base coaches conversely be on the other end.
Right.
Guys who get way down in this area. You know, with Big Mac, Mark McGuire be up, Sammy Sosa. They would get way down the left field line.
Out toward left center field. Heisey on the run. He's not going to get it. It's going to go to the wall. 1 run will score. Tommy Joseph's being waved home. Freddie Galvis heading to third to throw to the plate. Anytime! It's a 2-run triple for Freddie Galvis, and the Phillies retake the lead.
In the 17th inning of today's ball games. No quit in this Phillies lineup. Again, doing it in later innings. Love the double in the gap. I think Freddie will get a triple out of this. And he does get a triple, but don't try and pull it, Freddie. No, I'm just going to go with it. Hitting that left field gap. And the baseball IQ inside him says, you know what, I know Trey Turner's going to go home with this. I'm going to make it all the way to third base.
Well, now the infield is in. And Andrew Knapp is the batter. Swing and a miss. No balls and 1 strike.
2 walks scored there, Tom.
I'll take it.
Believe it.
Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. ball, and it's 1-2. See if the Phillies can get another run here. And that pitch is on the inside corner. And Knapp is down looking for the third time tonight. And there are 2 outs. And Ty Kelly will bat.
Ty Kelly delivered the game winner in the first game today. See if he can pick up Freddie here with 2 outs.
Oh, here's that bat in game number 1.
Turns on a heater, knocks it through the hole. Andrew Knapp, who had come in to run for Cameron Rupp, scores to put the Phillies up.
And Sean Kelly, who pitched in game 1, admitted after the ball game, he said, I don't feel like I was 100% arm-wise after pitching last night. I'm not sure if that's something that Dusty Baker wanted to hear.
No.
So I would doubt he's available for this game number 2. One ball, 1 strike to Ty Kelly with a runner at third. Kelly hits it out toward left field. Heisey floats under it and puts it away. But the Phils retake the lead. Freddie Galvis, a 2-run opposite field triple. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. The Phils up by 1. For select weekend home games during the 2017 season. $100 package includes 4 tickets, 4 Hatfield hot dogs, and 4 Coca-Colas. Go to Phillies.com for more information and to order. Well, we move to the bottom of the 8th inning. Pat Neshek will take over for the Phils. Neshek, the 36-year-old. Tommy Joseph stays in the game to play first base after pinch hitting for Stassi. Neshek in his 15th game. And the first pitch to Murphy is in there, 0-1. Swing and a miss. He got him. And Murphy strikes out. 1 out here in the 8th inning.
Rushed him with another fastball. Not the best location. That's pretty much middle, but Murphy swings right underneath it.
Some good movement on it right at the end. And now Rendon walked and scored his last time to the plate. He's also grounded out a couple times. Phil's trying to take 2 of 3 from the Nationals and move the season series to a 6-6 record. 0-1. Warming in the bullpen. He warmed up a couple times in game 1. 2 now to Rendon. His second hit of the day. 1 for 2 in game 1. Now 1 for 3 here in game 2. And it'll bring Michael Taylor to the plate. Taylor has struck out 3 times in this game. Sombrero here. Neshek will take a ground ball and maybe get a double play to get him out of this 8th inning. And a high fly ball to deep left field over toward the corner. Altair is there. Hits the foul ball. It's a 2-run home run, and the Nationals take the lead. The first earned runs allowed this year by Neshek, and it's now a 6-5 ball game.
I thought that ball was going to hook foul.
I did too.
It really did. I knew it had the distance. I just assumed it was going to go foul.
Second home run of the year for Michael A. Taylor.
Ball just straightened out. Right off the fair pole.
Yeah, right off the screen.
Yeah.
And now Lobatone. The Nationals retake the lead. Now this is going to be a back and forth game.
Slugfest.
Yep. And Matt Albers is warming up in the bullpen to close now for the Nationals. Well, they just cannot figure out who their closer is. Strike.
Dusty tried him last time when they were in Philly. It didn't work. Let's hope it doesn't work again.
Stays alive again and fouls it back, and it remains 2-2. All right, well, the Phillies top of the 9th inning. It'll be Cesar Hernandez, Odubel Herrera, and Aaron Altair. Right now, a 1-run deficit facing the Phils, but they got the top of the order due up. To the right side, Cesar waits for it. He's able to throw out Lobaton, 2 away. And Adam Lind will come up as a pinch hitter for the Nationals.
Pinch hitting for the pitcher return, number 26, Adam Lind.
Neshek has been so good for the Phillies to start this season, and those are the first 2 earned runs he's allowed. A home run by Michael A. Taylor. And there for strike, 0-1.
Incredible numbers, pinch hitting.
Yeah.
Incredible.
And he was playing a lot, too. With the Blue Jays. You know, it'll afford him a chance to stick around for a few more years and, you know, make a decent living after, you know, making some pretty good money as a starter in the American League. He goes after a high pitch, and he is rung up. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Neshek, but he does allow the 2-run home run. So Albers is coming on to face Cesar Hernandez, Odubel Herrera, and Aaron Altair when we come back.
Trailing the Nats by 1, 6-5, trying to wrap up this series, and then when this one is done, off to Texas go the Phils for a 3-game series with the Texas Rangers. An off day tomorrow. Then on Tuesday, Jared Eichhoff versus Yu Darvish. That game at 8:05 Eastern time. On Wednesday, it's Zach Eflin and Andrew Kashner taking the ball, and then on Thursday at 2:05 Eastern time, Nick Pivetta will look for his first win. They'll take on the left-hander Martin Perez. But guys, if you haven't learned this by now, I'll tell you again, this one is not over yet.
Well, particularly with this Nationals bullpen, Murph, you're right on it. 2-0 with a 0.66 ERA is Matt Albers. But this is his 14th ball game. He's on to face Cesar Hernandez. And we saw that really in the first game of this day-night doubleheader. Nationals bullpen has struggled even more so than the Phillies bullpen has this year. I know it's hard to imagine for some Phils fans. Cesar tonight is 0 for 4. He's grounded out a couple times, flied out and struck out. And he lines the first pitch foul over the third base side. And it's 0-1.
These guys know what they're going to get. So Albers last night, sinker, slider, relies heavily on that sinker.
Last night the Nationals bullpen 4 1/3, no earned runs. Today 5 1/3, 5 earned runs. 1 ball, 1 strike to Cesar. Ground ball back over the middle. Murphy's got it, and he throws wide, but Zimmerman picks it.
He's picking up your teammate right there.
Sure is.
I had disaster written all over it, but Zimmerman picks up Murphy. Murphy acknowledges that. You know you have to rush because of the speed of Cesar. Hoping that was going to take one more bounce on Murphy. I don't think he would have been able to handle it.
I think the Phillies are asking for a crew chief review. They're requesting a crew chief review. From the angles we saw, it looked like Zimmerman's foot stayed on the bag. Looks like it's on the bag right there.
Yeah.
Alan Porter's to your left. Joe West, the crew chief, to the right. Out at first base. Well, it's up to the umpires at this point whether they challenge, so it's nothing lost for the Phils. Call is confirmed. They just announced that the Phillies are out of challenges. They are not. Here in the top of the 9th inning. It's up to the crew chief at this point. Inside corner to Odubel. Way inside for Herrera.
This game unfortunately ends the way it does, where the score is right now. The first time in a long time that Cesar Hernandez not reached base.
Yeah. Because he had a base hit in game 1. 0 for 5 though in game number 2. Play. Phillies post-game live is coming up after the ball game, presented by Cure Auto Insurance. Guys will talk about all the lead changes that have been happening in this game. Marshall and Ricky are standing by. 6 lead changes so far in tonight's game. The Phillies are hoping there's another one, just one more. One ball and 2 strikes. Odubel fouls it away.
Albers in his 9th year of ninth year in the league, still be able to rush it up there at 95.
Well, that's where they went last night against Odubel, so they figured they'd try to do it again. He laid off. It's 2-2. He is 1 for 4 in the ball game tonight.
And that could be risky with a sinker baller, not used to climbing the ladder. You want everything down, down, down.
Struck out for the second out here in the ninth inning. Aaron Altair coming up, back on the 7th of this month. Aaron Altair came on to face Matt Albers.
Pinch hitting after missing a couple games with that sore wrist. He knew what to do.
That tied it up at 5. It was a 3-run home run. For 3, hit by a pitch back in the 4th inning and scored a run. And he hits that one to shortstop. Turner backs up on it, but he's got it. And he throws in time to get Altair. And the Nationals have come from behind to take 2 of 3 from the Phils as they win the nightcap of this day-night doubleheader. They win it by 1. For Pete Macadam and the Phils, a chance to win the series was erased by Michael A. Taylor's 2-run home run in the bottom of the 8th inning, and he is our Chevrolet player of the game.
It's a heartbreaker.
It is a heartbreaker.
It really is, because of the way the boys battled tonight. But we'll take a look at the W.B. Mason delivery of the game. 8th inning. Michael A. Taylor, off Pat Neshek, and you.